Siddham Sita Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Shakrajatam Sahodana Jagannathatam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarvatam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahodana Lalita Sri Sakamnitanscha Devam Dikvatam Suchanda Vadanam Balakuchilam Chitam Chandranandam Shadvikavaranam Vedavyadyam Sishidhanta Nidhim Shubhaktilashisham Srarashatam Amurvaram Vandetam Shubhakam Madekasharanam Yashishwaram Sridharam Buddha-vishta Shukuratam Guruganam Rashishasam Bhushitam Chinta Chinta Samasta Vedamitunam Srirupa Panthanugam Govindabhidam Chalam Bharatam Bhaktyannitam Sundaram Namme Vishwagurum Jagitpadvara Prenam Japradam Sri Saraswati Priyeshta Sevanam Suvigraham Sri Sarupa Raya Rupa Yagarashmi Sundaram Radhika Sudivya Bhava Ranjitam Priyam Vadhum Radhika Sudivya Bhava Ranjitam Priyam Vadhum Sridharam Bhajami Bhakti Rakshakam Chira Prabhum Sridharam Bhajami Bhakti Rakshakam Chira Prabhum Sri Siddhanta Saraswati Vidito Gauriya Gurvannai Bhato Bhangiva Prabhato Gagani Yoga Sankirtane Maya Bharati Mingilo Daro Bhatanudhrita Jivani Man Krishna Prema Sudhavidhi Dahana Sukham Radhate Prabhum Tam Bhaji Gaurangavati Prajasitamati Sri Gauradhamasthiti Shachastai Kaviti Kushangadirati Dustadhathani Smriti Sri Rupai Karati Sanatanamati Sri Jivate Jastati Sri Siddhanta Saraswati Vijayati Gauriya Vashtipati Sri Siddhanta Saraswati Vijayati Gauriya Vashtipati Mancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripasindhubhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama my dear audience, in the assembled devotees, please forgive me. Please excuse me. Sometimes I become a little bit out of patience at certain times when I see some faulty activities, faulty activities even done by mistake by some devotees in the open assembly. So, I would like to see that becomes rectified as soon as possible. So sometimes you may see me becoming a little disturbed to see some sort of wrong, unjust activities done by absent-mindedness, which is caused by some absent-mindedness or by mistake by some devotees. And I want to become very careful so that no offense comes to our life, even unknowingly. Although when you make some offense unknowingly by mistake, it becomes easily forgiven. Yet, we should all become very careful in our daily practices and activities, so that all our service activities, spiritual activities become free of faults as much as possible. Become free of mistakes and kind of faults. Should all become more complete, more proper, appropriate. So, এখন বেশি নয়েজ না হলে ভালো, কাইন্ডলি একটু দয়া করে যেন শব্দ না হয়। এটা তো So first of all, I offer my most respectful, loving obeisance unto the lotus feet of my Paramartha Guru Padma, His Divine Grace, Jagadguru, Srila Bhakti Rakshaka, Sridhara, Deva, Goswami. And I humbly beg, humbly implore, engaging in imploring His divine grace, loving grace to be bestowed upon me, upon all of you assembled here. Thereafter, following the divine grace of Srila Guru Maharaj, I offer my most respectful obeisances, my wholehearted obeisance unto the lotus feet of my Param Guru Padma, His divine grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. The more we can pay a sincere, heartfelt obeisance, loving obeisance to the lotus feet of Param Gurudev, Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada, and Srila Guru Maharaj will become so pleased. He will become more and more pleased. You have seen Srila Guru Maharaj, the Bhakti Rakshaka Sridhar Deva Goswami Maharaj Ji, Thakur, is the embodiment of devotional service, one of the embodiments, personifications of loving devotional services to his Gurudev, one of the great embodiments, personifications of offering loving obeisance, glorifications, descriptions of wonderful glories about his Gurudev. So, we have felt that in life. Whenever, on whatever occasion, we engaged in glorifying, describing the divine glories of Srila Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, Srila Bhakti Nandan Thakur, Gopishwar Das Babaji Maharaja, or Rupananda Guru Bhargava, Srila Guru Maharaj would become so pleased. He would become so deeply, sublimely pleased at heart. He becomes so joyful. He himself used to become so divinely joyful, blissful, while he himself engaged in speaking their glories of the Rupananda Guru Bhargava and his Guru Devas. Also, he took so much special happiness, special joy to see us, his disciples, his admirers, devotees, to see them engaging in describing the divine glories of Sri Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada, Bhakti Nandan Thakur, Rupananda Guru Bhargava, in any occasion. Ideal devotion. This is called a sign of ideal, model devotion. So, again, I offer my most loving obeisance to the lotus feet, my Param Guru Deva, His Divine Grace, Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada. With all humility, I am begging for His mercy to be bestowed upon me, upon all of you. I offer my humble obeisance to Sri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Goswami Maharaj, very dear to Guru Maharaj. All other dear disciples, dear associates, devotees of Srila Guru Maharaj, I offer my humble respectful obeisance to all the associates, loving associates of Srila Guru Maharaj in relation to him. My full heartfelt obeisance to all the Rupananda Guru Bhargava on this occasion. I specifically offer my most respectful, loving obeisance to His Divine Grace, to the lotus feet of Srila Bhakti Puri Goswami Thakur, my great, glorious Shiksha Sannyasa Guru, who had a special relationship with Srila Guru Maharaj, special loving relationship, and who was so much deeply related, specially related to the Apropata Lila, Lila of the disappearance pastimes of Srila Guru Maharaj. Okay, at the end of his withdrawal, the time, specifically during the time of the withdrawal of his manifesto of pastimes from this world, Srila Bhakti Puri Goswami Maharaj was so present. So it's coming in my mind, appearing in my heart. So, and I have always seen the Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj, the Prabhupada, so intimately connected, and other Rupananda Guru Bhargava, other God brothers of Srila Guru Maharaj. I offer my most respectful obeisances unto the lotus feet of all those Guru Bhargava of mine, and humbly pray for their divine grace, causeless grace be bestowed upon all of us. See, in the beginning of my today's Harikatha, I just spontaneously felt inspired to be offering my obeisance to all of them. It's like invoking their divine grace and blessings, because that makes everything successful. This humble, this sort of devotional invocations of the divine blessings, divine grace of the Maharajas, of our Guru Varga actually make our spiritual endeavors, devotional endeavors successful. We receive potency, we receive divine grace and potency from their grace, from their mercy. See, Lord Krishna's mercy becomes extended, expanded, manifested through the divine grace and mercy of these pure devotees, pure associates. This is truth. We have felt that in life. Bhagavata Kripa, Bhakta Kripanugamini. Divine grace, the flow of the grace and the mercy of the Supreme Lord always follows, always following the stream, the flow of the grace and mercy of His pure devotees. In this way. And also, vice versa, many cases vice versa. By the mercy of the Supreme Lord, we also receive divine grace and mercy of His pure devotees. So today, it is the day of disappearance. His divine grace, the Bhakti Rakshaka, Sridhar Deva Goswami Maharaja, our beloved divine master, our Guru Padma. Needless to mention that today is the day of union and separation with Him. See, day of union and separation. Although such tithi, such Deva tithi is known to be the day of feeling, of immersing in intense pain of separation, viraha bhava, tibra viraha bhava, intense pain of separation. From Sri Gurudev Vaishnava. Yet, is another aspect of Deva tithi, disappearance day, is that also it is a day of joy. Why? Day of some joy and special joy and happiness. Why? Because by this day, by such tithi, on such tithi, pure devotees actually enter into the eternal divine pastimes of Mahaprabhu and divine couple and become reunited with them again. We become reunited, we can reoccupy in the eternal pure love services after taking leave from this worldly plane. That's why this Deva tithi also understood as tithi of Utshava. Tithi of Utshava means tithi of festival, day of festival also. Because the day of departure, of disappearance of the pure devotees are unlike the mortal death. It has got transcendental character. It has got transcendental nature and character. Those who can feel into it, who can have that sublime feelings, realizations of that truth, are definitely fortunate. Definitely considered to be very fortunate souls. Therefore, we never observe or celebrate this Viraha Tithi, day of disappearance of the pure devotee of Lord, in any mortal way, kind of mortal, mourning, mode of mourning, like we do after death, which is so mortally influenced. We never do that, because the very character of the disappearance of the pure devotees of Supreme Lord are of immortal type, of transcendental nature, whether or not we directly realize about it, but it is a truth. It is a truth of subtle spiritual world, the subtle spiritual truth of the higher divine world. Those who know to absorb in such disappearance Lila, absorb into such disappearance pastimes, they can realize, have taste into this. So today is such day. Today is the day of disappearance of our beloved Master, Srila Guru Maharaj, the Bhakti Rakshaka Sridhar Goswami Maharaj. Naturally, we absorb in mixed feelings today. In one hand, we feel so much pains, love pains of separation from Him. Because today we became deprived of His physical darshana, deprived of His physical darshana, physical contact, our perception, physical perception of Him. So therefore, it's a day of intense pain of separation from us. We are still living on the mundane plane. That's how we relate to our Gurudev. We also relate to our Gurudev, the Lord, greatly from physical plane also, from directly hearing Him, touching Him, feeling into Him, engaging in His service, directly while seeing Him, hearing Him, feeling Him, touching Him, directly being guided by Him, being chastised, lovingly chastised by Him, guided by Him. In every moment we can feel into the effect of His divine guardianship, His guardian's love and protection. Every moment we feel when He is present on this plane, in a way tangible to us, more tangible to us. And with the disappearance, with His physical disappearance, we become deprived of all of this. Although He still remains in eternity, in Nitya Lila, in our subjective, emotional subjective feelings, eternal truth of our subjective realizations, our subjective feelings of love and devotion, our subjective realizations about His Vani, about His divine messages, divine teachings, life and precepts. You know, He is eternally existing in that. He is also eternally existing on the plane of Nitya Lila. On the plane of Nitya Lila, the divine abode of divine couple, Srimad Mahaprabhu. Yet, we miss something. We miss many things in great deal because we become deprived of His living guidance, physical guidance, physically existent, living guidance with loving guardianship. Guidance with loving guardianship. As our great guardian, become protector, beloved protector, beloved master, come guardian. Okay, so that we become deprived of that direct reciprocation from this mundane earthly plane that causes so much pains of separation. Acute feelings of missing. See, so today I would like to focus more on his entrance of Nitya Lila, because if I go to focus on the aspect of his departure, disappearance from this plane, it's too painful, dreadful pain. So I have great fear. Many of us greatly fear about, even to remember about that Lila of Srila Guru Maharaj. We join departing, disappearing from this plane. It's too painful. I remember after Guru Maharaj's disappearance, many of us could actually feel into what is actually union and separation. Vipralam bhava, viraha bhava. When Srila Guru Maharaj was physically living, when his divine grace was physically present before us in everyday life, we were closely relating with Guru Maharaj, serving him, closely relating with him. We could not feel, we could not have such experience of this intense union in separation. What we had after his departure from this worldly plane, then we understood what it was. Before that, many times we heard about union and separation. But at that time, that's what myself, and many of us, actually experienced. We'll experience what is actual union through separation. I know through my own experience. I also saw some other close devotees, close disciples of Srila Guru Maharaj. For a long time, it took time for us to become normal, to come to the normal stage. For a long time, it was Guru Maharaj and Guru Maharaj, Srila Guru Maharaj and Guru Maharaj all around me, all around us. Almost by every action, activity, by every thought, it was Srila Guru Maharaj. All around, in and out, thoughts of Srila Guru Maharaj, through the acute feelings of missing, acute feelings of separation, pains of separation. All over it was thoughts of Srila Guru Maharaj. Excuse me. So it was a living experience. Pains of separation, their union in separation. from Srila Gurudev. I don't want to focus on that. I don't want to focus on that aspect. Rather, I would love to focus on the aspect that Guru Maharaj entered Nitya Lila, eternal nectarian love pastimes of the divine couple, Mahaprabhu, on this day. Although he left us behind physically, but actually, this is also a day of joy. It is also a day of appreciation, great joy, happiness, that day of festivity, that after long we again entered the Nitya Lila, nectarine, eternal nectarine, pastimes of divine couple of Mahaprabhu today. And Srila Guru Maharaj to enter the Nitya Lila of divine couple Mahaprabhu in the Nishanta, we know. Brahma, just little bit prior to Brahma Muhurta, or very close to the Brahma Muhurta, close to the dawn time, the Nishanta Lila, the night ending, or end part of the night pastimes of divine couple. So Guru Maharaj entered in that Nishanta Lila of divine couple. The pastimes manifested in the night ends. And I remember once, after Srila Guru Maharaj disappeared, then eventually the Guru Maharaj's divine form was brought down and placed before the temple deities on the Natya Mandir. Placed before the temple deities, Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Sridhar Maharaj, Sridhara, right on the Natya Mandir. And there, as we looked at the deities, it was one of the most miraculous, most wonderfully mystical, divine experiences in my life. Also some other devotees also experienced very similar way. When you looked at the temple deities, Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar, they were manifesting in some sort of glory. They are looking so bright. They are simply looking so bright and brilliant, smiling, so joyful. And there we are absorbed in crying. There we are crying, desperately crying, in acute pain. And there we are looking at the deities, temple deities, opposite. Their view, that vision, their looks, darshana was almost opposite. They are manifesting with great joy, bliss. What a comparison. Here we are all painfully weeping, crying, and deities are enjoying. Let me see. So we could immediately realize why. Because it is a great day for the temple deities. Srimad Mahaprabhu, Gandharva Govinda Sundar, to rejoice, to relish, to become blissful. After long, in Nitya Lila they receive their intimate associate, beloved devotee, beloved associate with them. We seek him close to them again, intimately in their love services of the divine, original divine abode of Goloka Vrindavana, on the plane, original plane of the abode of Goloka Vrindavana. They receive their beloved associate after Allah. And that joy reflecting, the special joy reflecting in all of them, all the beauties, in such a way, so bright. So no doubt, that was one of our most marvelous, wonderful, miraculous experiences. Most wonderful experiences. So, as we realized, as we could feel into the deity's feelings, as we tried to feel into the temple presiding deity's feelings, into joy, feel into the fact of Srila Guru Maharaja's entrance, factual entrance into the Nitya Lila of divine couple, Gandharva Govinda Sundar, Mahaprabhu. Then we started to have some peace. And we could relate to our deities, temple deities' feelings more and more, with their feelings of happiness, as if it brought some sort of relief. It started soothing our heart from the pain, acute pain of separation from Guru Maharaj. We started feeling some relief, little bit, not great relief, but some relief. Okay, and felt some like pacification, and soothed our heart to some extent. And pacification. Okay. That today also event of joy, because our Guru Maharaj, our beloved master, beloved guardian, Sri Guru Maharaj entered the Nitya Lila of the divine couple, Mahaprabhu. So we can also focus, we can also concentrate in that aspect, that I remember. So that brought some sort of relief of some pain in our heart. So temporarily, just for the time, we did not stay for long. Again, we came back to the world of feelings of pains of separation. Again, we wanted to remember. Again, we wanted to feel into that positive aspect of Guru Maharaj's joyful entrance into the Nitya Lila of divine couple. And we tried, then we started feeling, we would begin to feel soothed, begin to feel our heart getting soothed, being relieved somewhat. With that positive thought. After all, now Guru Maharaj is so happy. After long, so Guru Maharaj became not only the divine couple Mahaprabhu in the Nitya Lila, also our divine master, beloved Srila Guru Maharaj became so happy, so joyful, so blissful, so much blissful, being reunited with Gandharva Govinda Sundar Mahaprabhu in their Nishanta Lila. Again absorbed, eternally engaged in their eternal love services. Under the gracious shelter, under the glorious and gracious shelter of Sri Rupa Manjari, Sri Rupa Goswami Prabhu, 6 Goswamis all the manjaris, Shakti is headed by Sri Rupa Goswami and Sri Lalita Shakti. So, specifically came, I repeat, Sri Guru Maharaja. And so joyful, you could also have some glimpse, perhaps you can have a little glimpse of such feelings of the great bliss, great nectarian bliss of Srila Guru Maharaj. On that plane, being engaged, thus being engaged in eternal love services to the divine couple and Mahaprabhu, being under the gracious shelter of Manjari, headed by Sri Rupa Manjari, you could receive some glimpse of such experience. So, therefore, Disappearance Day also celebrated as Utsava. Also, it is a day of festival. We celebrate it as a day of festival. Festival of the union, reunion of a pure devotee, the associate, divine associate of Mahaprabhu, divine couple. Okay. Festival day of that reunion and again re-engagement, the eternal love services on the plane of Goloka Vrindavana. Eternal love services, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govinda Dev, Radha Gopinath. Therefore, you have to understand and realize the very nature of the disappearance pastimes of a pure devotee is that of transcendental character, is all of prakritam. It is never like, it's never to be treated, never to be felt like, like someone died. Never to be treated with any kind of, any mood or feelings of mourning. That is applicable, that is done on the mortal plane, in the field of mortal relationships. All these mourning, feelings of mournings come around the death. But pure devotee's departure is not death, it is mortal, it is qualified by mortal qualities, qualifications, that is called that of transcendental character. Although we find their body on display on the left, behind their body, their form, also we treat that great respect, with great divine respect, while putting it into samadhi, whether putting it into fire or samadhi, we do that. We treat the form of the pure devotee with great respect, not dealing with like a mortal stuff, material body. No, never. So, although it looks like some material body, but still it has got spiritual qualities, subtle spiritual qualities in it. Distinctions are there. It has to be understood. Whether or not we realize by our direct material perception, because it is so limited, our material perception, sense perception is so limited, we cannot actually realize the divine qualities, transcendental qualifications in the body of a devotee after departure. But yet, it is subtly there, in a subtle way, in their body, in their form, the spiritual qualities are there. Therefore, Srimad Mahaprabhu we find So Mahaprabhu treated the divine form of Sri Haridas Thakur, Navacharya Haridas Thakur, with so much great respect, devotional respect, explaining these spiritual values and qualities of the body of Namacharya Haridas Thakur, even after his departure. That's what we have been taught. We have been taught by our Guru Bhagavad in that way. Although materially may look similar, but spiritually so distinct between the body form of a pure devotee after departure and between just the form of the ordinary humans. Okay. One is just mortal material nature, another is imbued with some subtle spiritual qualities, bodies of the devotees. So we have to understand, we don't directly perceive many things, many truths in this world. We cannot directly perceive even many of the scientific truths in the mundane world, like the facts on the level of quantum physics, facts on the level of very subtle level of atomic science. Okay, there are so many, principles going on. Okay, natural law, natural things of the nature going on in this whole universe, in the form of light waves, sound waves, electromagnetic waves, they are all facts. But until and unless they are all discovered, we could not directly perceive them. It was beyond our sense experience. But after the discovery, with the help of some subtle mechanism, some sort of science mechanism, we could understand. Through applications in our life, we could understand. Yes, although we could not directly perceive all these subtle realities, subtle natural truths, natural principles, natural systems, yet they are existent. Although we could not directly perceive them, realize them, yet they have been existent all around the universe. It is truth, subtle truth. In a similar way, the spiritual qualifications in the form, apparently material form of a pure devotee who departed from his body, are there, are of transcendental nature. Okay? Their body has got spiritual, they are blessed with some spiritual qualities. To understand, spiritualized, spiritually qualified, which makes them distinct from the ordinary dead bodies. We have to understand. Subtle, very subtle. This fact can only be understood, felt through supramundane, through transcendental perception, feelings, and not by our just limited material perception. It doesn't work that way. That is called transcendental. The things of the transcendental world, higher spiritual world, have to be understood, realized, higher spiritual way, transcendental way, not mortally material ways. There are different dynamics, there are different dimensions of our realizations about the pure devotees of Lord. material dimension of our realization about their form or about the pure devotee is not everything. That's a limited one. Very limited one. Limited perspective. It's much more beyond that mortal material dimensions of our perception. We have to understand that. In that way, it has been described in Holy Scriptures. In the words of the Maharajas, that the forms, existence, everything of a pure devotee of the Lord is not material. It is that of higher spiritual nature, spiritual qualities, whether or not you directly understand, realize it through your limited mortal, material perception. So today, I am speaking about Srila Guru Maharaj being situated in the most holy birthplace. This place, Hapaniya temple, Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Ashram in Hapaniya is considered one of the pilgrimage places in Gauravandala. This place has been imbued with the loving memories, and memories of great appreciation and admirations about Guru Maharaj by appeared from some other great devotees, like pure devotees like Akinchara Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj, Srila Yadava Goswami Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pramod Goswami Thakur, and other god brothers of Srila Guru Maharaj. Several times they have also come over here, imbued this place with their own loving memories, with their own sweetness, spiritual activities in this holy place. Besides Srila Guru Maharaj, but to speak more about Srila Guru Maharaj's activities in Lila over here, he was born and brought up over here around 25, 26 years of age. So Guru Maharaj had so many types of activities. He grew up here. He continued with so many types of activities over here, part of his Lila. Apart from the time when he went away for his educational purpose, went away from Hapaniya to Baharampur for educational purpose, apart from that time period, he mostly spent his time of life before joining Gaudiya Mission, before manifesting himself, as the divine associate of Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada in Gaudiya Mission. Lot of activities of Guru Maharaj took place, manifested here. So, in this way, by the sweet will of Srila Guru Maharaj, by some special will of Supreme Lord, their Lordships, Radha Gopinathji Mahaprabhu Nityananda Prabhu Radharu Panchatattva Madhuri. Today, I am engaged in speaking in such a way. You are all fortunately engaged to be attending, participating in this holy festival of Guru Maharaj's disappearance, Tiruvaha festival in Hapaniya, in this ashram. There is so much more to speak. I can be continuing to be speaking more glories, everything. Already it is time now Arati Pushpanjali are going to take place. So I humbly remain here. I have to put to rest to my today's Harimati here. Jai Paramaradha Patita Pavana Paramahansa Thakur Srila Bhakti Rakshaka Sridhar Deva Goswami Maharaja ki Jai. Jai Patita Pavan Srila Bhakti Rakshaka Sridhar Deva Goswami Thakur ki Jai. Jai Patita Pavan Paramahansa Prachurama Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Prabhupada ki Jai. Sapasha Jagat Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Samasta Rupan Guru Bharva ki Jai. Srila Guru Maharaja Tevabha Puti Puja Maha Mahotsav ki Jai. Srila Hapaniya Dham ki Jai. Guru Maharaja Shubhavit Bhakti ki Jai. Nasi Guru Gauranga Gandharva Gopinath Jogiraj Maharaj ki Jai. Samasta Rupan Guru Bharva ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande.